Welcome to the Positively Portugal football report for round 5 of the Primeira Liga season. My name is Howie, and for the first time in a while, we do not have any European football to talk about. That will, of course, change next week, but for now, the biggest story is Benfica has finally fired their manager, Roger Schmidt, and they've replaced him with a manager from their past, Bruno Lage. Now, Schmidt had to go. Everybody knew that. Although he won the Primeira Liga with Benfica 2 seasons ago, you really saw a decline in the team's performance last season. I don't know if it was a matter of just bad luck, things not working. Did the team tune him out? But something had to change, and something had to change drastically. Benfica wasn't bad last season, but they did not live up to the standards that their fans expect from them, and they finished well behind Sporting for the title. Now, is bringing back Lage the correct decision? Yes and no. Yes, because he's had previous success with Benfica. He's won a league title with them. I believe it was in the 18-19 season. But the problem with Bruno Lage is he doesn't stay anywhere for more than 2 seasons. If you take a look at his track record, he's always on the move, and that's even if he has success. So he doesn't seem to find the right place for himself, but he's back in a place where he did succeed. Now, personally, I think Benfica missed a golden opportunity here to bring Daniel Sousa in. Of course, you'll remember Daniel Sousa is the guy who managed Arouca into a very credible team. If you watch the way they're playing now, they're not so credible anymore. But Daniel Sousa did a wonderful job at Arouca. When it's not that, Arouca was a threat to win a title, but you certainly did not want to play against Arouca when Daniel Sousa was there. We might never find out what happened there with Braga. If you go back to the beginning of the season, Sousa was fired after 1 league game where he didn't even lose that game. And although they blew a lead late, the lead was blown in the 80th minute. It's not like it was a stoppage time debacle or anything. So I don't know if we're ever going to find answers as to what happened at Braga for Daniel Sousa, but this is definitely one of the best minds in Portuguese football, and I think he could have been at Benfica long-term. No matter what happens with Benfica this season or next season, look, we know Lage's not going to be a long-term answer for them. But does it give them a fighting chance this season? Yes, it does, because at the end of the day, anything was an upgrade over Roger Schmidt. Now, how did Benfica perform in their first game with Bruno Lage back? Well, they beat Santa Clara 4-1. So good on them. However, it did not help them in the league race as Sporting went into Arouca and won 3-0. Casa Pia 3-1 over Moreirense. Casa Pia kind of mirroring what happened last season where they needed a good hard kick in the ass to get things rolling. They finally did, and now they've won 2 in a row. I would not look for Casa Pia to get relegated this season. As for Moreirense, look, you can't blame them after what happened the previous week, where the corrupt Primeira Liga docked them 2 points and awarded Benfica 1, because that game, again, was not a 1-1 draw. It's going to go down in history as a 1-1 draw. But anybody with 10% of a brain who watched that game, they know that Moreirense beat Benfica. AVS, 1-0 over Rio Ave. Famalicão and Gil Vicente played to a 1-1 draw. Porto back to their winning ways, 2-1 over Forenza. Porto winning a game after losing to Sporting the previous week. Estoril, 1-0 over Nacional. Boa Vista and Estrela played to a 2-2 draw. And in the biggest game of the week, Vitória beats Braga 2-0 at Braga to win the Derby do Minho. So Braga, they had a red card in that game. They were never really in it. And Vitória missed a couple of scoring chances there. 2-0. It could have easily been 4-0 in that game. And Vitória, they're putting together some solid results. It moves them into third place. It's still too early in the season for us to get into who's in the European spots, who's in the relegation zone, the relegation playoff. We're going to start that with next week's video after an even number round, after the 6th round of the season. Now, the team of the week, it could go to Vitória, but I'm going to give it to Benfica. Although Vitória and Benfica both had great results, Benfica also won off the field this week. So you got to hand it to them. Really great week for Benfica. And the week's biggest loser, well, it's got to be Braga. Braga put up a putrid effort in their derby match, which was at home for them. So that kind of makes it even worse. Braga was really bad. You also kind of want to give a dishonorable mention to Forenza, who, after 5 games this season, they have 5 losses. This is not the same Forenza from last season. This team looks completely lifeless. They look dead in the water after only 5 matches. So, if you like Portuguese football, if you want more videos about this, if you want to know more about the process of moving from the United States to Portugal and one man's journey of moving there, please like the video, leave a comment. Most importantly, subscribe. Subscribing to a YouTube channel is the #1 way to help a content creator. That's all I got for you this week, folks. And as always, I want to thank you for watching. We will be back here soon. Have a good one, everybody.